Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday Eve. Are you as tired as I am? Because I am exhausted. So, with that said, we're probably not going to be doing the longest stream in the world tonight, but I do have some fun and exciting news. First and foremost, we finished our fall season Syenann from last week over the weekend. And he is all finished. Only 4 colors, or 5 colors, including a white and a black. And he came out so very good. Let me see if I can get autofocus off or on or whatever, and we can get you a good close-up of this guy. Autofocus is on. Cool. Don't know why it's on, but whatever. There we go. There is our fall season Syenann in all his glory. Refined skin tones. We did the bow, the fun feather. We did our quiver. Made all of the arrows in his quiver match the one on his bow there. And yeah, just in general, had a lot of fun with this model and getting him finished up over the weekend. I had so much fun on stream, I had to finish it over the weekend. We added the leaves. Everything is also now sealed with varnish. And we will be moving on to the next one, the next season in the line. What is stuck on his base? That shouldn't be there. I think that might have been from a leaf. Okay. There we go. So yeah, we will have final pictures of him, hopefully over the weekend or sometime after that. Not 100% sure, but yeah, I had so much fun painting this guy, and I'm so excited to move on to the other 3 seasons. So with that said, let's look at what we're painting tonight. Oh wait, before we do that, I wanted to share with you guys, I got some very exciting models in the mail before the previous stream, and I wanted to share with them with you guys, and maybe hopefully they will get painted on stream. How are you, Katrina? I'm still trying to make sure I get that right. So yeah, I was, I don't know if you saw it, but we were sharing the finished fall Syenann. And yeah, he looks so good. I'm so happy with how it came out. Spent a lot of time doing the wood grain, the freehand of the wood grain on the bow, and the freehand of the wood grain on the arrow. And just, he was so much fun. But I got, and this was before last stream, I meant to share with everybody, but I didn't, because I was distracted and excited. So I got a very special limited edition sculpt from a sculptor that I follow on Instagram. And that person's name is Leela Kelhart, I believe. I'm probably saying that wrong, but she did a special sculpt that was produced and painted by another fellow Instagram painter. And I was so excited. She only made 150 of these. It even comes with a little coin here to show which one I got out of the 150. So I got number 24 of 150. And this is a dryad. Like a dying tree dryad. And I believe it's 75mm scale. I've got 2 different head options, only because I did the pre-order. But this is what it looks like when it goes together. And it's so pretty. What a fantastic model. And I'm going to link for you guys the Instagram page of the sculptor so you can see all of her other work. But this was a limited edition model that she did. So this is what it looks like all when it's put together. So this is the alternate head that I got for the pre-order. But the other one that comes with it, the one that's supposed to go with the sculpt, looks like this. It's a little bit more like dark tree. Like it looks more like a tree than the other one. But I really like the alternate one that looks a little more humanoid. And that's gonna be the one that I use. And I'm real excited to paint this. 75mm scale. I think it's 3D printed, but it might be cast. No, I see print lines here. So it's 3D printed, but it is such a thin print line that like you can barely tell. I was really, really excited when I saw this because I've wanted some of her pieces for a while, but of course, located outside of the US. So I had to pay the wonderful import tax on everything. She's got some dust on her from the packaging. But like I saw this sculpt and it spoke to me and I just had to have it. So I am really excited to also there's an axe on the bottom with the handle that goes on it. And you can see the sculpt of like somebody cutting into the tree and now it dying and stuff. Like it's just such a good sculpt. I'm so excited for it. Big thank you to the printer and the girl that did the box art. Would be Stella the Argents. She was the one that reached out to me and made sure that I was able to get one of these limited edition models. So number 24 of 150. What a cool little coin came with it. So I look forward to painting this. Probably going to paint it on stream. And also we're going to be, if I do paint it, it's going to be like competition quality. Going to spend 80 to 100 hours. And then take this to whatever miniature painting competition I do next. So, and also for my pre-order, I got an additional little gift from the sculptor of this really pretty bust.
That's enough.
Hey, Aurora. Enough.
It's probably my groceries they dropped off.
It's okay.
Hey.
Enough. You're fine. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. So yeah, this bust was an additional gift for the pre-order that came with it. So I got these a couple weeks ago and have been wanting to share them, but wanted to share them with you all on stream first. Oh, okay. Now that we got that over with and all excited and mint out of the way for pretty new unpainted statues, let's go over what we're gonna paint tonight. After I can get this thing back in the box, maybe. There it goes. Okay. Alrighty, so this is the model that we are going to be painting tonight, or at least starting to paint tonight. I'm probably not going to, I don't know, maybe I'll finish over the weekend again, maybe I'll stream over the weekend, I don't know. But this is going to be our model for tonight, and we are doing spring for our theme. It looks like my camera froze. Oh my god.
It's a full slice and feel it. It's squishy.
Wow. Uh-oh. Frozen camera.
It's got real bread texture.
Technical difficulties. Gotta love them.
It tastes like real bread. Oh my god.
Let's toggle. No. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe. All right, we're back. Whew. Okay, so this is going to be the model that we're painting tonight. We're going to do spring colors. Man, what is going on? Why am I freezing so much? I bet you it's the fucking autofocus. Can't keep up. Moving too fast. Alright, there we go. So this will be the elf we're working on tonight. Doing a spring color theme, and we're going to do the same thing that we did with the fall, and only use 5 paints. So our 5 paints that we're using tonight are Ultramarine Blue by Vallejo Game Color, Lustfull Purple by Vallejo Game Color, Dark Warm Flesh Signature Series paints by acryl. I believe this is the Ninjon Signature Series set. Warm Brown Signature Series by acryl, also Ninjon. And Green by acryl. So, also, just a plain Vallejo Game Color Black and bold Titanium White by acryl. So 5 colors plus a white and a black, which is the exact same thing that we did with our fall elf, only 5 colors plus a white and a black. And I already have all the paints on our palette, so we can dive right in. See if I can get the palette on screen. Is that like a sailor or something? No, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what ultramarines are, Katrina. Ultramarine as in space marine, which is what space marines are actually called. Looks like this separated a little bit in the time that I was waiting to start. All right. Now the fun part, figuring out where the fuck to start this thing. So I've been wanting to try a paint method, but I don't know how conducive it is to using a limited paint palette. So I think I'm just gonna fucking throw some base coats on and just go from there. How is everybody's week so far? I hope you are having a good week. Hopefully it's not as stressful as my own. That is way too bright. Volunteering tomorrow in Orlando. Oh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're doing that charity event, right? Because, like my boss, you are, say it with me, a workaholic. But no, like genuinely, that's awesome that you're volunteering. I haven't done any volunteering since I was in Boy Scouts. And like sometimes I do miss it. Other times I'm like, man, I'm glad I have free time to do whatever I want. What is your charity event for, Skylar? Again, remind me. Special Olympics, that's right. I don't know why you're volunteering for the thing you could be participating in. No, I'm kidding. No, that's awesome. I hope you have lots of fun. And it's a, like, not very stressful day or anything like that. Sign-ups for closed. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. So I did some fun, unusual stuff with the base on this model. that I didn't do with the last one. I did it on 2 of the 4 that we're painting. So these are wood elves, and there's lots of trees and stuff involved in like their bases and things. So I decided, well, let's, like, they look so plain and boring with like just the tree sitting on a base, like this one. It's just kind of like it connects right here at the bottom, and then it would just be like flat texture on the base. So I decided to create some like roots on the ground, right? So I'm not, when it's all black, it's kind of hard to see, but now that I've got some paint layers on, we've got some gnarled roots of the trees creating ground texture and some interesting features on the base itself. We'll see how it pans out on this one and the next one, and determine whether or not I'm ever going to do it again. See, how do I want to do this? Where is my reference photo? Maybe it will help give me some inspiration on color placement. Lots of green, lots of blue, purples, yellows. So I think maybe we're gonna make the majority of her armor and clothing green, pull it up into yellows, and then use like the blues and the purples. Maybe we'll use the blue and purples as like shadow colors. So let's try something here. Get some blue. Mix in a little brown. Oh my goodness, what? You're so sassy tonight. What a muddy grayish blue. I don't know how I like that. I think using the brown as the shadow is probably the better. Spring is very green, but like I said, I want to use the blue, and I think maybe having the blue be like a under shadow color to everything would create an interesting color, interesting shadow for everything. That's like purple. I'm just playing with stuff now. Let's run with this, see what happens. I definitely have less confidence in like how this one's gonna come out, just because like figuring out how to like blend these colors together, but also like that's part of the point of this challenge, is to like do things in a different way than I normally would. I agree that, Katrina, that like spring is very green, but I want it to be more of like a lighter yellowier green than everything else. Or than like the summer, because summer I also see as like very, for like wood elves, I also see as very like green, but also like deeper greens than spring. So using this blue as a shadow color will hopefully create something interesting when we go over it with greens and stuff. But it's also that like blending warm tones in with the cool tones. That's wood there. Okay. That's interesting. Spring is more floral and summer is more ombre to me. If you had to assign different patterns with similar color palettes. Yeah, I'm also using like some reference photos that I found online to like help create my color palettes. And just the spring felt very similar to summer, other than like having flowers and stuff, which we're gonna do, but that's not until like the very end, when I put like grass tufts and stuff on to help brighten things. So figuring out ways to brighten it with like this purple and this blue are gonna be, it's gonna be interesting. I think spring is probably gonna be one of the more challenging ones of the four. And like I said, I'm experimenting. So like if I mess it up, excuse me, if I mess it up, then like I still have a whole bunch more models in my Syenann army to figure it out and to get it right. There's a lot less like free and open space to work with on this model, on this sculpt. than there was with the fall one. So like, I don't know if we're gonna get the beautiful blends that we got on that cape anywhere on this model. Part of the reason why I chose this one for spring, because it's more like, it felt like more painted details and less like flat surface to be able to experiment with stuff. Oh, that's brown on my brush. Fuck me. So this felt more like a mechanical, like paint by number model than the last one. But like that pouch I didn't see before, that can have some bright colors. Her armor, I'm sure, will do some bright colors. We've got some leaves right here. There's some room to get some interesting creative stuff going. I think it's really gonna like be finalized and create a lot of pop when I do move to doing stuff on the base. Because let's see, what do I have for our for our tufts and things? I thought I had flowers, so I have that. That feels very. They feel pretty like spring, like with those yellowy greens and stuff like that. But I thought I had tufts that were full flowers, but it looks like I don't. All I have is. Oh, nope. Where'd it go? There it is. Way in the back. Gotta dig it out. So I've got these. Which will create some really pretty like flowers and stuff on the base. And then these were what we used on the... So I've got 4 different colors for the leaves to go on the ground for foliage and stuff like that. I got the really nice dark one for spring. I thought about... Or for summer, not spring. The yellowy ones fit good for like spring. Maybe a combination of the two. And then I'll probably leave the other base that I did the exposed roots for winter. Probably do like a snow base. I think I'm most excited to work on the winter one next. After this, just because I feel like the grays and the blues are gonna be very like moody and like fun to paint with. Doing the snow on the base is also gonna be really fun. So I'm excited for that. I'm probably gonna use this one for the winter theme. And this one definitely feels like summer. So, I think that's the plan. But who knows? I could change it. Are those mushrooms that are like growing on the tree? That's what it looks like. All right, let's figure out this green. I also want to see what this green looks like mixed with the brown. Okay. So the green and the brown creates a really mossy color. Green and black just makes a nice deep green. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Switch to a smaller brush. Probably similar to the fall theme, we'll use like a bright color like the purple to do the like fabric that ties these like pieces of leather armor. It almost feels like samurai armor that where they had like strips of leather and then they would tie them together with like brightly colored string. I don't know what they used, if it was like rope or hemp or yarn or I don't know. That's supposed to be green and black, not green and brown. Yep. Did I mention that I'm tired? And clearly not at full mental capacity. I just like I like the posing for this better for winter. having the tree in there to do like almost like a gray dying wood or whatever. Like very muted like blues and browns and like bluish grays. The skin tone's going to be fun because I'm not going to use a yellow or anything that falls into the yellow category. So that'll be an interesting one for skin tones. Yeah, kind of like petrified wood. But not quite like, what is it, an ash tree? Where like the color of the wood is like almost like a whitish gray color. Doing something really different for like the tree and the wood and stuff on that one. So like I think winter is the one that I'm the most excited for after doing the spring one or the fall one. I think this one spring is probably the most like one I was uncertain about and like not sure how well it was gonna come out with the colors. But like the green that we have right here almost feels like what would be like the top color green or highlight color for summer. Like for summer, I want the green to be like really deep, like pine green, and then it only get up to just like maybe a true green. But like this, I foresee us like blending the green up into like a yellow green. Am I in focus? Can you guys see what's going on here? I feel like I'm not. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Keep that right there. I'm hoping it's going to be really pretty. Like, I'm having, so far, a lot of fun painting these. And I think, it's funny. I posted my fall-themed one that I finished in a disc, or the work in progress pictures in a Discord, and then either yesterday or today somebody else tried to like posted the same, not the same model but the same types of models, the Syenann for Warcrow, in the group chat, saying that they were doing a fall theme. And I thought mine looked way better. I'll be really excited to take pictures of all 4 of them together. And I don't know if I want to take like the nice final pictures and break out my light box until I have all 4 painted. Yeah, let me see. Where is that? What group chat was that in? Discord. Arsenal. Yeah, okay. So the model that the other person picked was this one, the one that I'm going to use for summer. Instead of fall, they said it was autumn. And theirs is like very red and green, like Christmassy colors. I don't know. I didn't love it, but they got a cool base that they put it on. Just kind of flat. Not a lot of highlights, but it's looks okay. Still like their post. I think as long as you're painting your minis, you're winning. And you're doing good. Not everybody is a ADHD perfectionist like myself. And there are people that paint far more often than I do and paint far more miniatures than I do. And you know what? I'm envious of them because they can just sit down and paint something and not take it to a high level of detail. Oh yeah, I have so many unpainted models. Like I have no room to talk about like how much or little somebody paints or how well somebody paints. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if I mentally could remove the block that I have on myself to like just paint something to not a high quality and move on, I would love that. My brain's like, no, it's not done yet. Don't move on. Spend another 8 hours on it. Make it look incredible. Or the best that you can to incredible. Otherwise, you're just not done. I should really count how many models I have floating around. I feel like that would take a whole day, though. Between 2 Kickstarters, 3-ish Infinity Armies, an Age of Sigmar army, and then all the random loose models I got from Reaper Cons. I want to say the number's probably pretty high. God, it's really unfortunate that, like, the best spot to make a wonderful blend of armor color is, like, underneath the model on the side where you can barely see it. You feel what? How many like unpainted gray models you have, or just the sheer volume of miniatures? I know you got at least one army floating around. The best part, to show off your skill is hard to see spot. Yeah, the spot where no one is going to look at it other than like painters like myself that are going to take the model and flip it over and be like, oh, hey, cool, look at this really pretty spot that you painted down here that no one else is ever going to look at.
I notice.
You do? Well, I appreciate you noticing me painting the underside of the model.
I literally called out the one thing you didn't paint on the last one.
Yeah, I know. But again, that's me trying to like not paint the parts that I don't feel are important. Don't paint the boots, as they say. Oh, it's a necklace. I need to look at this sculpt, the finished. There we go. Oh, of course, the fucking professional photo is at this angle, so you can't really see everything that's going on the front face of the model. That is in fact a necklace, but I cannot see what that hard line is. Maybe that's just part of the sculpt. There's so much that I just don't use or remember I have. Yeah, that's fair. But also, good for you, paring down all your stuff. I know that is difficult for a lot of people to do. Be like, I don't use this thing, but I might, so I'm going to keep it. When realistically, the last time you used it was like 10 years ago. At that point, I think it's time. I'm planning on moving, so I have to be super honest with myself. If I need it, I can almost certainly afford to replace it. It doesn't work as well with my expensive to replace things like a bed or anything over $20. Well, I mean, things over $20 are still easily replaced. It just takes a little longer. Unless it's like a collector item of some kind. But even then, like, you can reacquire stuff. Moving is definitely the time when you realize, like, you have things that you don't need. You're like, this could stay behind. Or this can be thrown away. See if I can mix up a yellow with this ochre. I don't think I can, but we're gonna try. It's just gonna turn into probably like a really bright peachy color. Yeah, it's just a really bright tan. It's like mint green. Good lord. Okay. Well, that's a pretty color for like skin. Like a nice shadow color. Experiments, experiments, experiments. I think that's probably about as yellow as I'm gonna get with that green. Well, doesn't that create a nice, pretty undercoat for that? Those colors look really good. Yeah, it's giving me really big, like, blue-green Simic energy from Magic the Gathering. But also not quite the vibe we were looking for. But it's also like good to remember for later. No, 840. Probably not going to go much later than 9. Mostly because I am trying to adapt to a new schedule at work, and staying up really late is going to murder me. I definitely think I'm going to keep the blue on like her pants and work that up. That's going to look nice. And maybe like her covered sock or whatever the heck it is. I don't know what I'm going to do with the skirt just yet. I don't think I'm going to keep that blue. I might find a different color. Just as a reminder for everybody watching, stream archive videos are up on YouTube. We're coming out with 2 a week right now until we catch up to the current stream, and then after we get there, the VOD for the stream will go up onto YouTube the week after it expires from Twitch. So, like, let's say I'm caught up. Let's say we're caught up right now. This VOD stays up on YouTube for 2 weeks, and then the week after that, the VOD would go up on, or the day that it falls off of Twitch will be the next day. It will go up onto YouTube. That way, the Twitch is the place to come for all the new, fresh content, and then the archive will be on YouTube. The YouTube channel name is the same as Twitch, Multiverse Miniatures. I would appreciate you going over there. Like, subscribe, comment. Help the algorithm push my videos to other people. Subscribing on YouTube costs you nothing, just like following here on Twitch. But for those of you that have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can subscribe to the channel every month using your Amazon Prime account, and you get a subscription to a Twitch channel for free included with your Amazon Prime. Costs you nothing, and I get some of Jeff Bezos's billions of dollars, which is a win-win for everybody other than maybe Jeff Bezos. But if you subscribe with your Amazon Prime subscription, you have to resubscribe to the channel every month. I know it's a hassle, but it goes a long way. And it means a lot. Man, so much for this being like a yellow green. This just turns into like mint green. But also, I think I'm using the wrong fucking mix. No wonder it's so bright. Yes, I am Multiverse Miniatures on every platform except for Twitch. Don't use Twitch. But you can find me on Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, and here on Twitch, all as Multiverse Miniatures. The link to the YouTube channel should be in my profile description here on Twitch, so you can connect straight to YouTube from there, or from here. But do that later. Stay here now. I'd say that's not too bad. Not quite as yellow as I wanted it to be, but we're getting there, kinda. That just feels more of the same. I guess that feels a little more like earthy. What happens if we take a little dot of brown and add this in here? I don't hate that color either. Someone out there thinks mint is spring. It's me, I do. I mean, yeah, like mint, I like it. It feels like it's working. I just don't have any kind of a yellow to really like bring it to like the nice rich yellowy green I was hoping to get to. Like I was hoping the ochre, the skin tone or whatever I have over here was going to be enough, but I guess not. So I might try a different color palette the next time I do a spring theme one of the Syenann. And like just switch this ochre out for like a yellow. I think that's part of the fun of this, like, paint challenge like this, doing only the 5 colors, is trying to achieve a certain result, but then being pleasantly surprised by whatever you come up with when it doesn't quite work out the way you thought it would. I will say I really love this warm brown and black mixture. What a rich dark brown color this is. I'm excited to see how it mixes with the flesh tone. Because it's going to be what I have to use to create my brown highlights. Oh god. I was worried I just dropped the model into my paint palette. Definitely wouldn't be the first time I've done it. Honestly, should probably move my finished one away from my paint palette so that it doesn't get knocked into it. Put him like way over here. One of the things I love about Pro Acryl paints is that these like thin really well, and I can use that thin paint to create like a nice glaze and smooth out a transition. without adding too much opacity to like the dark spots. This also needs to be green. All right, let's see. So I really like where we're at on the green here and on the shoulder pad. I want to see what it looks like when we hit the ropes in our really bright pastel-y purple. And I think after we do this, we're going to call it a night. So that's with the purple. Let's put that in focus. Close up for you guys to see. Autofocus on, is it gonna work? There we go. Okay. So that's with the purple. Is that mini on screen? Yeah, we're working on it. So that's the green with the purple as the spot color for the like stuff tying the armor together. And I think on the front, I'm going to try a blue. And see which one I like better. Now my blue leans into purple a little bit. Pull this up with a white. I can barely see the blue. What if we just use the ochre color? This is why I turn autofocus off. Okay. All right, so what do we think? For our, like, rope color tying our armor together, do we like the ochre yellow color or the purple? I'm not sure which one I like better. I think the yellow stands out better than the purple does. And it ties into our green better. I think so too. I think the yellow ochre color is better because that's also what we used. So to get this color, our minty green. Let's see if I can get that in focus. So to get our minty green color, we used the regular green and our warm flesh tone color to get our in-between here, and then using just the flesh tone color over top of all of it. I think it ties all of it in a lot better. I apologize for the shakiness of the camera as I move things around, but I think I'm still going to leave half of it like this and half like this and mull over it over the next couple days and see which one I really like the most and that I go with. But I feel like we're at a decent stopping point right now. Right? Like they both on camera, they both look almost white. But with the ochre and skin tone color, it reads more yellow than the purple does. So then the question becomes, if I use the yellow, where do I incorporate my blue and my purple? Does my purple just become the highlight for the blue that I inevitably do on like the pants or this little skirt area? I don't know. I had a feeling spring was gonna like be a problem and have to have some creative solutions to it, but so far I really like it. I really like how the green is coming out. Yeah. So with that, I am gonna call it an evening. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Katrina, thank you for coming and being a loyal viewer every week. It means so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you can. Go over to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe on all my videos. Share them with your friends who you think might also really love some nerdy painting and really technical painting. You can find me at Multiverse Miniatures on all the socials, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Reddit. And with that, we're going to call it a night. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Friday, and don't forget to keep it weird.